Alright, people, it looks like we're currently broadcasting, if I'm not mistaken. Broadcast appears to be in progress. Alright, that's great. So, in other news, the more pressing matter is my girlfriend brought it to my attention that the people at Hooters actually have been conscripted to wear sort of a more risque outfit. They have to be more scantily clad. I did not see that, as you could see from the last episode with me and my buddy Ian. There really was no indication. They showed the old uniform. It's good for them that they got their uniforms back, but Hooters is a very corrupt company, and the expectation that you're not going to have to dress scantily clad is, I think that comes with the territory. My girlfriend disagreed. And that's about it. So I guess I should retract that, and I wish them well in getting their uniforms back, although private companies do, in fact, have the right to tell you to wear what you want. But with so much outrage over it, despite the fact the feminist movement has, paraded around this idea that the female body should be exposed in every way, I don't know why we're so afraid of the female body that we can't just have a woman wearing what essentially looks like a swimsuit. Considering the entirety of the business model of Hooters revolves around sex, that is sex appeal at least, of women, I would assume that you would. Sorry about hitting the mic a few times. That you would expect and anticipate and accept whatever your employees take. And we talked about it, and she said maybe they have friends there, tips and sharing. Sharing tips did not originate because pretty women get most of the tips. It originated due to other reasons, at least as far as I can tell. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments below. Anyway, we're live, and sorry about that mistake. I thought it was a very. I still don't think it's that bad of a uniform. Considering it's kind of a smut company, I'm not saying they're sex workers. They're definitely not sex workers, but their sole job is to be sexually appealing. The Hooters girls. I've never been to Hooters. I don't intend to go there ever. But I'm just saying, like, when it really comes down to it, is it really worth dying on that hill? I mean, we've been fighting for years to get it okay for women to be like protesting naked in the street. But when you get a job where they require you to do that, and you're not even naked, they were just wearing with the shirt and the underwear, which they were underwear. It looked more like a swimsuit. So having women work in a leotard is apparently a crime now. All right, that's about the only retraction you're going to get from me because I think it's stupid to go to a place whose business model revolves around sex appeal, and their business model, that's what it revolves around. So I would anticipate that they're going to do everything they can to maximize it, which would involve making you wear less clothing and showing more of your legs, showing more of your butt, showing more of your secondary sexual characteristics, hips, whatnot. Now, with that in mind, I'm happy that for them, it's in their self-interest that they got their uniforms back. If they're dissatisfied, I'm happy for them, and that ends my retraction on that. So let's go to today's headlines, if we can find any. So we're going to go over to here. We'll see if we have anything worthwhile to show. I'm not sure what this window
We are
is.
rapidly approaching a
We
milestone in our
have a
country,
lot of
and it's not
YouTube
good.
tabs open. We have a lot of this. We got to close out all of this and all of this, yada, yada, yada. Bunch of stuff, man. Bunch of stuff. So let's go over to newsbreak.com, and we'll try to pull this up for you. Hope you're not seeing something bad, because I have changed platforms. Anyway, so I have the headline open here in a window. We're going to full size that and then just minimize it now. Give me 1 second here because we got to set this up. We need I believe, a window capture here. So we're going to need a window capture. And we're going to have to set this up very, 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 very carefully. So, all right, we're going to bring this up in a second. All right, so we're going to get no. Alright, for this particular window capture, the app is not properly participating, so I'm not sure we can get the headlines or anything like that. It doesn't look like it, at least. We're gonna cancel that, and not sure I can bring up the headline for you, but we can certainly read it off to you. So basically, what we're getting at here is in recent news, the Biden administration is doing stuff, and yeah, no one really cares. So, Biden administration, they have asked the Supreme Court to block the Texas abortion ban, which, there should be, of course, no regulation on abortion whatsoever, because our gods have told us that, killing the, as an atheist myself, or a pseudo-secular sage, whatever you want to call me, I really see no reason to. We're all clumps of cells, so I don't see the reasoning behind the whole it's not killing babies. I'm pro-abortion, but I think we should stop as people who are classical liberals should stop lying to ourselves and claiming that it's just a bundle of cells. You're just a bundle of cells. The baby's conscious after 6 weeks, and it's the mother's decision to kill the baby. And she might have, it's the equivalent of euthanasia, and I support that in some circumstances. Not quite as lax as the Netherlands is on euthanasia, though. But whatever. But yeah, Biden is trying to block the abortion ban, and people are up in arms because, no one's allowed to discuss abortion. If you have the wrong opinion on abortion in this society, you are ostracized. You are not allowed to express your opinion or your view. I mean, you're given somewhat of a voice, but you're at risk. And, it's strange when I see these things about how conservatives don't care about the baby when they're grown, considering the Republican President Trump had a record low unemployment rate and also did not start any endless wars. He wasn't a typical Republican. I'm not going to say that. I'm not a Trump supporter by and large, but I will say this: he did lower the standard deduction to $12,000, meaning if you make less, guess what that means, buddy? You don't have anything to pay, and then the stupid people that work in low paying jobs and low wage workers were angry that they didn't get as much of a tax return. Surprise, surprise. Record low employment before COVID, but Biden doesn't care about that because guess what? Biden is what they call, where I'm from, a liar. You see, the way that Biden likes to lie is very clever, too. It's like, oh, look, the economy's terrible. Yeah, because of COVID, not because of Trump. He conflates the causal linkages, and I'm an expert logician. So, I mean, you're not really going to trick me with that. I used to hate Trump. I used to hate all of it. And I don't anymore. And I express my sympathy to both people that are affected by this. But as I said in the last podcast, this abortion bill is being misrepresented in the media. Just to let you know, it's a 6-week thing. Abortions after 6 weeks. The Uber driver can't be sued if they take you to go get an abortion. It only affects the doctor. The mother will not be sued. There is nothing like that in the bill. So to imply otherwise, and the way the media is framing it, that is false. It is possibly draconian, depending on your definition. If you define it as, it's a woman's reproductive right to kill her own baby, which I guess it is, then yeah, that's draconian because they're robbing you of the right to kill your own conscious offspring. But, at the same time, the little fucker deserves to die. I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely not made for kids, this show. I'll tell you that much. Don't have your kids in the room. Anyway, so let's see if there's any other great news that we can find here. I mean, there's just such lovely things. So the Biden administration has asked the Supreme Court to take, some emergency action that would block the Texas novel abortion ban from being, enforced while litigation over its constitutionality goes forward. I believe it is constitutional, at least according to Ben Shapiro, trustworthy source there, Mr. Zionist guy. I'm not a Zionist, by the way. I'm actually avidly anti-Zionist, and I will put that out there right now. I'm anti-Zionist. I do not. I support Elon Pepe and Noam Chomsky in that respect. I'd like to talk a bit about Noam Chomsky. Lately, Noam Chomsky's been, I've seen people that have said he's wrong all along because, he's wrong now. He is wrong now. The Black Lives Matter movement has its flaws, many flaws, such as many of the people saying that there's this one lady who was talking, and I'm not going to link you to the video because if you can't find it, you're an idiot. But she was talking about how wrecking businesses was fine because white people have insured property. Well, to inform you, miss, actually you're wrong because insurance companies charge a premium every month, and if you file a claim, you don't necessarily get a reward. Let me tap the mic just to see how bad that noise is. Oh, that's not the mic. Not too bad. It's a little loud. Sorry about that, though. Don't you love how it covers the camera? So anyway, basically, Noam Chomsky was not always wrong. The Chomsky I know would have been against this SJW stuff and all that because this extreme left sort of they've successfully convinced he's against postmodernism and post-structuralism, which is weird, and you can see that in the interview with those teen kids that he has. But he contradictorily is, for all this other stuff that's very strange. And he claims the Bernie Sanders campaign is a great way to do it. I guess he just can no longer read or, research things. I think the internet's a little too big for him. But that's not the Chomsky I know and love. The Chomsky I know and love was a man who liked to criticize, think, and I think old Chomsky would have a lot of problems with this. See, the LGBT and all these marginalized groups have lobbies and they're vanguarding state power in a similar vein to the Soviet Union. And they're using that, they're adding false post structuralist intellectual scaffolding to that in order to support their false claims. Now, these claims have a foundation in post structural theory, it's actually post structural hypothesis, and it's also easily falsifiable. So don't worry about it, it's not that big a deal. Anyway, in other news, our country is also going to hell, as evidenced by the fact, people. Hooters are complaining that their outfits are skimpy. You know a country's bad when the people that work in a place whose sole business model is sex appeal get mad when the company says, hey, let's increase the sex appeal so that our business model works better. Should they have gotten their uniforms back? I'm not going to comment on that. I don't know. I mean, I'd have to write it down in ethical logic and do a big philosophy study. That's more for the philosophers to decide what's moral and what's just. I mean, we've been trying to figure this out for a long time. It's going to take us a while. Science, doxastic logic, I believe it is, just studies ethics. I'm learning it right now. So I'll get back to you on that. And, yeah. Hopefully, now, in case you're wondering, yes, if my girlfriend sees this video, it very well may start a very vicious argument. But my opinion is my opinion. I honestly think that private companies I don't think they should fire their workers. I think the workers that are comfortable wearing it should be allowed. I think a compromise is in order. The workers that are comfortable wearing the new uniform can wear it. And then the workers that are uncomfortable should, not wear it. Simple as that. Just let people wear what they're comfortable with. So the people that are comfortable wearing the swimsuit-esque, it's not a swimsuit, I know, but it looks like a leotard because the tight-fitting T-shirt covers down to the underwear, and those underwear right there are very they show a lot. And that increase. So I'm sure there's people comfortable with that. I mean, there's people comfortable stripping It's not that bad, and I really don't think that. I think we can come to a compromise here. But anyway, that's enough of that topic. Now let's get back to this Noam Chomsky thing. So he's off his rocker now. That does not mean that he was wrong before. His foreign policy research and the propaganda model featured in. He's been a great critic of foreign policy, and he cites facts. The U.S. government basically committed atrocities in other countries. This is a matter of public record. They committed atrocities. And you'll notice that whether it's on the right or the left, these people, they point fingers at each other like, oh, your war was bad. No, your war was bad. Your war was bad. War is bad. And here's the thing. This will never steer you wrong. The invading force is the bad guy. 100%. Otherwise, why are they invading? Okay, I can see if the Muslim countries invade us, which, by the way, don't listen to the media. They're trying to frame it that way. Afghanistan, they just wanted their country back. That's it. You cannot just go in and impose some sort of weird first world democracy inside some. It's not backwater. It's there's a lot of things that have happened. I would say most of it's because of U.S. intervention. If they had maintained, some stability, but the lie was that, due to the gay lobby and all that, they don't treat women right. They don't do this. They don't do that. That was an excuse to go to war so Raytheon could get money. And even if they do actually mistreat their women terribly, what is it? We're not we're not Interpol, and we have no response. This American interventionism and exceptionalism is something I'm tired of. We have no business in other countries. They are not a security risk, and usually when we claim they are, it's a lie. I think the bombing there, it's very suspicious to me that no one caught the bombing. They killed, I believe a lot of people. I think it even killed members of Al Qaeda. Is that the group that took over? Let me fact check that real quick. I think the bombing even killed members of Al Qaeda, which is, if they were going to set a bomb, you'd think they wouldn't have it kill themselves. So let's see here. Afghanistan. I think it was the Afghans are descended from the Mongols, by the way. So if you ever watch Crash Course World History, I wouldn't mess with the Afghans. You know what I mean. It just doesn't sound like the best idea. Why does the search button not work on this thing? Man, that sucks. All right. Well, what we're going to do here is we're going to go to not search, I guess. So we're going to look up and see here what exactly is going on. So there was a bombing. Afghanistan bombing. We're going to pull it up right here. Sorry if you can't see my face. Oh, actually, that's probably a good thing. Never mind. Afghanistan bombing. So the Afghanistan bombing, suicide bomber kills nearly 50. Now, how many Al Qaeda deaths? I think it was Al Qaeda. Yeah, how many Al Qaeda deaths? U.S. drone strike. Evidence suggests no ISIS bomb. Oh, that was the top result on Google. So the New York Times. The Times investigation in the U.S. drone strike. Evidence suggested no ISIS bomb. U.S. officials said Reaper drone followed a car for hours and then fired based on evidence it was carrying explosives. But in-depth video analysis and interviews at the site cast doubt on that account. Now, I don't trust the New York Times for everything, but I was already suspicious about the fact that Al Qaeda does not. Okay, let me just explain. I'll be straight up with you. Al Qaeda just got their fucking country back. Do you really think that they're going to be on guard? You know why? Because any kind of bombing is an excuse for the U.S. to come back and intervene more, and they want their country back. And then this one guy told me he doesn't care what they say, as if they're liars. They're not liars. They just said the fact that they'd fight us for 100 years, and they will. The only way we're going to win that place is if we level it. You're not going to beat them. They're better fighters than you Americans. I'm sorry, you're just not good at it. Look at it. The Russians couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. The only person who ever has done it is Alexander the Great and the Mongols. So, unless you're Alexander the fucking Great, good luck. Level the place you want to do it. And then you're a murderer and a piece of shit. And if there is a hell, you're going there. And I was going in and so they mistreat women. But you killed, how many civilian casualties were there that were women, I wonder? Just curious. In the conflict, how many civilian casualties were there? How many civilian casualties were women too? I think that's pretty mistreating, don't you? Very interesting question. And really, why is it a conspiracy to ask the question, are we there because a lot of the world's energy resources are conveniently contained there? And how did we become the number one exporter of oil? We're the number one exporter of oil conveniently. When the fuck did that? I mean, that happened pretty recently. I don't remember that before. Sorry, this keeps hitting that. I apologize. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe adjust it, put it up a little more, bend it in. Like this. Yeah, there we go. It's a bit in a little bit now. And now my vape doesn't work. Actually, I should hit it like this. That'll work. But anyway, my point is simply this. Don't invade other countries. We're still an empire. It's an imperial thing. Why would we assume that we just stopped at the 1800s with the whole Japan thing? Well, why did they do that in school? They teach us in school that we just were an empire up until this point. We have any country that's got a proud military history was an empire. I get it. Everyone was an empire, but Britain's not as bad as we are. They're not doing as much. Oh my God. Anyway, it's just a crazy world out there. So Biden's trying to, block this abortion bill that, let's look at it this way. From a Democratic perspective, they don't want people infringing on the right to carry a baby. Now, my argument towards this, playing devil's advocate, is that it's not we're all clumps of cells. And the baby is conscious. I'm pro-abortion, but we just need to admit we're killing a conscious entity after 6 weeks. And the Democratic argument, most women don't. No, they find it within the time frame. You can watch it on Steven Crowder. They say it. They find it usually before. And the reason they probably don't find it is we're just asking a little bit of extra birth control, extra testing and whatnot. You don't think you can be inconvenienced with that? Not extra birth control, but extra testing to make sure you're pregnant. So you're not on birth control if you're trying to conceive a baby. So, you could find out pretty quickly, actually. I think you could. In fact, the science agrees with me. So, it was supposed to pop up on this, this square right here, but it didn't. Sorry about that. The yellow square is supposed to be where the news stuff pops up, but it's not working out today very well. But, basically, the whole abortion bill is a big thing to distract you. It's not that big a deal. It just means they can sue the doctor if they do it. It's not, people affiliated with the abortion are not going to be sued. It's not like at The Handmaid's Tale. It really isn't. It really isn't. Trust me. It's not that big a deal. And also, Afghanistan was going to get their country back anyway. And they're going to stop probably at Kabul and all those other places. Whatever was their territory to begin with, they're going to stop, okay? And there's evidence to suggest that the U.S. probably has a motive. They want to go back. War makes money. We learned that in World War II. And you know what? Julius Caesar used excuses like this. Oh, they attacked us here, they attacked us there, they did this, they did that. You would think by now we would be aware of what politicians are talking about. You would think by now we would be aware that, hey, when they say that there's a threat, it's probably an excuse to attack someone for another reason. The salient goal and objective of a person is not actually to, be... The salient goal is not really what's viable. It's not what the ostensible objective is not necessarily the real objective, and it's the government. Do you trust them? You don't seem to. No one seems to, so why do we trust them in these situations? I don't get it. And Biden should have pulled out. We should have pulled out. We should have evacuated Americans first, then we wouldn't have the problem. But I think it was planned so we could go back. And that's just an inference. Okay, so you're telling me we left a bunch of American citizens there, then they died. Well, it sounds convenient that they died in a bombing because then we get an excuse to go back and try to kill more people. And then the conservative pundits like Ben Shapiro are just going to be like, oh my God, look at how Biden is incompetent. Oh my God, look, he's not going to do anything about it. Yeah, they are. They're probably going to try to go back. They're not going to win. I hope they learn their lesson. They're not going to win. Russia tried it with Chechnya. And by the way, for some history lessons, we funded the Ba'ath Party. And we got Saddam in. That is a matter of public record. That is not. They try to frame it on the internet as if that's not a thing. But we did fund the Ba'ath Party. We got Saddam in. He was installed. It was the CIA anticipated blowback from that. That is a fact. That is a fact. That is a written fact. They've tried their best to whitewash it. But if you even look up CIA controversies online right now, you'll find that the CIA has been caught editing Wikipedia articles. Most people I've talked to have thought that Operation, I believe, Project Mockingbird, they thought it was a matter of public record because back when I was a kid, it was. They just confessed. Now it's not. I wonder if a FOIA request would work. But the freedom of information, I mean, they burned a bunch of documents, so I don't know if we'll ever get a really good thing. And when I was 18, the article had a bunch of citations, and it said that the CIA had operatives in every major media outlet. Then if you go to CIA controversies now, though, you'll see that it says that they edit Wikipedia articles, they do all kinds of stuff. So, I mean, basically, they're manipulating history, and they want to manipulate it. So that's why I'm not too fond of sources on this show, is because I'm giving you what... I read a lot of books. I'll sometimes include sources, but I'm just giving you my take. I think both the right and the left are corrupt. I think... in conclusion, I'm just going to conclude. This is going to be a short one. I just wanted to make a retraction about that. I didn't see the uniforms. I still think that if you get a job at Hooters, if you're not, they should just make a compromise with the employees. For those that are comfortable wearing the new uniform, wear the new uniform. If you're not, get the old one. Simple. Easy enough. That's a nice, fair compromise. But to be outraged that a company whose sole unique selling proposition, or USP, is sex appeal while eating. The problem with that is that business model depends upon what I just mentioned like 10 seconds ago, sex appeal. So they're trying to put them in underwear to increase the sex appeal, and you're shocked by that? And then the feminists are like, okay, well, female body, people are afraid of the female body and they don't want it, it should be exposed and loved. And it's like, well, then why shouldn't they be more exposed? I thought women should wear whatever's comfortable. I thought, feminists made it sound like before that women wanted, I mean, look at all the people running around naked at protests. Let's see if we can find that. I'll pull that up right now. I bet you can find that. Ryan Long did a nice thing on that. You can find that. It's pretty interesting. So let's go here. Let's see if I can do a window capture, and we'll try to find this. Let's get this up here. Actually, we'll just get the image. All right, so here we go. All right, we're gonna naked woman at BLM rally. About her, a naked woman speaks for first time. All right, so we're going to find the images. I'll show you the one that Yep, this is it. This is the picture. All right, we're going to download this picture, and my girlfriend's going to be very mad. But I'm not downloading it to, like, jack off to it. I'm just trying to demonstrate the contradiction here. So this is supposed to help black people. My curiosity is, how exactly does this help black people? Can you explain this to me? I'm very curious as to how this helps black people. I just don't understand. You'll see it here in a second. So we're going to pull up the picture. I'll show you this, and that should give some a little bit of context. We're going to add in a little bit of an image. It might glitch for a second. You might not see that. So we're just going to go to And not that. That's not what I meant. I did not want that. No, 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 no. Sorry, I'm getting used to the new production system that we got. It's a little different. We're gonna do this. We're gonna get an image. Okay, so we're creating a new one. I should name this how this how exactly this helps Black lives. I really don't understand how it helps Black lives. That's why I can't answer that question. So here we go. We're about to show you the picture. Um, yeah. Yep. All right. So let's get that picture up. I found it. I believe I have it right in the corner here. So we're gonna put it over here, and we're gonna make it nice and big so y'all can see it. So as you can see here, there is a giant picture of a nude woman right here. It should have floated to the side. And yeah, there it is. That's it. That's the picture right there. So there we go. We have a picture right there of a nude woman. And yeah, very, very interesting here. Now, how does this help Black Lives? Was that a protest? How does this help any protest? How is you showing your tits and spreading your legs? It's not explicit. You just see kind of her buttocks. We'll get that off immediately, real quick. Hang on, let's get that off before my girlfriend gets mad. I'm just saying. Look, the people at Hooters are complaining about the female body, but like it's supposed to help protest when you're naked. It's a contradiction, and if you can't see that, I think you might have a mental disability. Because I mean, okay, so if this naked woman, oh, which way do I have to point? I don't understand this. This way? To my left, yeah, okay. If this naked woman right here can, right there, yeah, if she can get completely naked at a rally, and that's supposed to be like, helpful, then what's the premise? I thought the premise was that the female body is feared by men and supposed to be kept in, I don't know, garb as if we're in fucking Uganda or something. And so that they need to release it and you need to be naked in public so that you can show your outrage. How does this show outrage? I'm very confused. I'm not really quite understanding. As a minority myself, I'm not really sure what the point of this is. But as you can see clear as day, she's posing naked in the streets. And yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. I just don't understand how this is supposed to help. Yet you have the people at Hooters saying that underwear is too much. So, like, which is it? Are we supposed to be naked? Are women supposed to be naked at protests? Or, are they going to bitch about wearing panties at a job based on sex? Protests aren't based on sex appeal. They're based on, political action. You're trying to make people do something. Oh, we got our news headlines thing here. Let's see here if we can get the settings and properties and whatnot of it. All right. Yep. Perfect. Okay, so here we have it. This is the current image here. We got it working now. I didn't know I already had made it. That's why it wouldn't let me do it. Okay, so now you can see exactly what I'm seeing. We didn't even need to have to go through all that. So now I'm going to try to make this a little more accessible. I don't know what device you're on, but basically that is the thing here. In these particular events, you can see that we have, yeah, it's just weird. It's just bizarre. Let me go back to this, and we're going to kind of adjust this a little bit. I think you have to do this. Yep. So we can crop it out so that, none of the bad stuff, well, not that there's bad stuff, but you know what I mean. So, like, just the web page itself shows, not like the actual, weird shit. Like the sidebar and all that. It's not really an infographic as much as it is just like weird. I don't know why it doesn't. It's kind of snap to gritty. I don't like this, but anyway, at least it works. So we got this image here. It's on Google. You can see I looked at you can see what I looked up and everything. Now, in other news, Facebook is trying to crack down on various things. If we jump over to YouTube here, we can see a lot on my my chess history, on my YouTube history here. There's just a bunch of random stuff. But what I'd like to show you in particular is Mike Lee's particular thing. Mike Lee, Facebook. So Mike Lee's been cracking down on Facebook tips. Rebel virals, Facebook anthem. That's not what I'm looking for. All right, I guess we'll have to go to the history here. Let's see. Your channel, not that. I don't want that. I don't want any of that. What the hell? This is nuts. I'm used to mobile devices. Oh, library, music, originals, subscriptions, explore, home. All right, maybe history's here. Library history. Yep, we got history right here. So we're gonna search. There we go. Just in Paul. Okay, that's not it. 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 That's not. I don't even know how we got to the Rand Paul thing. We got this. We got something from Tony Robbins. I watch random stuff. I watched a lot of Norm Macdonald recently because he just died. It's really sad that Norm died. Love Norm. I've been looking at weird conspiracies, in case you're wondering. I want to check up on Milo, because after his Jordan Peterson interview, he's not looking too good. I don't know. Maybe they're going to... And then I wanted to examine Trump, whether he actually was disparaging and all this stuff. I looked at PragerU, looked at CNN. As you can see, my history is pretty mixed. You don't just have one thing. You don't just have one thing. It's like Norm. That's one of my Lee Chess videos, as you know. We got this. Now let's see here. Justin, blah 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 blah. Is this the Mike Lee thing? No, that's not the Mike Lee thing. Oh my God, we have to go through. Okay, wait. Can we search history? Yes, we can. Search history. All right, we're going to go Facebook. And we get no results. Maybe I misspelled Facebook. Mike. No, I didn't say Mike Lee. I think it was Mike Lee. Yeah, here we go, Mike Lee. All right.
So advertising processes here today. As we get into this, I want to first read you a quote.
Right now, I don't know if you can hear him.
Davis.
So I don't know if you can hear him, but basically he cracks down on some stuff. He cracks down on a lot of stuff, actually. So, if we alt-tab over, he cracks down on, quite a few things. He cracks down on... just anti-tips, advertisements for drugs to kids and whatnot, and they're trying to crack down. I mean, when the politicians catch wind of it, they don't do anything, so that must mean it's really bad. I mean, the suicide rate, according to Dr. Jonathan Haidt, has gone up like 70 or 150, depends on which lecture you watch. In the time period, percent for like young girls. It's really bad. It's really hitting them hard. So I think this is significant. It's a good step in the right direction. Now I don't know if window capture gets the sound, so I'm not sure if you can hear this. But I will continue talking. I'm gonna.
Last week. Here's what she said during her question.
Here's what she said during her question. Okay.
When we do ads to young people.
When we do ads to young people.
There are only three things that an advertiser can target around. Age, gender, location.
Yep.
We also prohibit certain ads to young people, including
I don't know if you can hear
ads.
this, but I can.
We don't allow tobacco ads at all, meaning to young people. We don't allow them to children. We don't allow them to minors, close quote.
Yep, okay,
Now,
good.
Since that exchange happened last week, there are a number of individuals and groups, including a group called the Technology Transparency Project, or TTP, that have indicated that part of her testimony was inaccurate, that it was false. TTP noted that TTP had conducted an experiment
As
just
you can
last
see
month.
here, he's talking.
And their
TDP
goal
is
was
what he's
to
mentioning. They're
run a series of ads that
something
would be targeted
transparency,
to children ages
technological
13
transparency,
to
something
17
I don't know the
to
acronym.
users
but
in the United States.
Anyway,
Now,
yeah.
I want to emphasize that TDP didn't end up running these ads. They stopped them from being distributed to users. But Facebook did, in fact, approve them. And as I understand it, Facebook approved them for an audience of up to 9.1 million users, all
That's
of
a
whom
lot.
were teens. So I brought a few of these to show you.
Not
today.
compared to
This
Gangnam
is the first
Style,
one I
though.
wanted to showcase. This first one has a colorful graphic encouraging kids to, quote, throw a Skittles party like no other, which, as the graphic indicates, and as the slang jargon also.
Gotta stop you right there, man. Okay. So I understand that Skittles is a slang term, but like, what? My question is, what the fuck would the ad lead to? Like, I know it's inappropriate, but like, what are they gonna do? I mean, they can't sell prescription meds online, so I would assume they have to sell like dangerous designer drugs. So again, sorry, I did not mean to make noise. Just saying, I don't think that one's bad. But the anti-tip's good because young girls are getting faced with a lot of stuff, and I don't really approve of that at all.
Independently suggests. This involves kids getting together randomly to abuse prescription drugs.
Yes,
The second graphic displays an anti-tip. That is, a tip specifically designed to encourage and promote anorexia. And it's on there. Now, the language, the anti-tip itself, independently promotes that. The ad also promotes it, insofar as it was suggesting these are images you ought to look at when you need motivation to be more anorexic, I guess you could say. Now, the third one invites children to find their partner online and to make a love connection. You look lonely, find your partner now to make a love connection. Now look, it'd be an entirely different kettle of fish if this were targeted to an adult audience. It is not. It's targeted to 13 to 17-year-olds. Now, obviously, I don't support, and TDP does not support these messages, particularly when targeted to impressionable children. And again, just to be clear, TDP did not end up pushing the ads out after receiving Facebook's approval. But it did, in fact, receive Facebook's approval. So I think this says something. One could argue that it proves that Facebook is allowing and perhaps facilitating the targeting of harmful adult-themed ads to our nation's children. So could you please explain to me, Ms. Haugen, how these ads with a target audience of 13 to 17-year-old children, how would they possibly be approved by Facebook? And is AI involved in that?
I did not work directly on the ad approval system. What was resonant for me about your testimony is Facebook has a deep focus on scale. So scale is, can we do things very cheaply for a huge number of people, which is part of why they rely on AI so much. It is very possible that none of those ads were seen by a human. And the reality is that we've seen from repeated documents within my disclosures is that Facebook's AI systems only catch a very tiny minority of offending content. And best case scenario, in the case of something like hate speech, at most they will ever get 10 to 20%. In the case of children, that means drug paraphernalia ads like that. It's likely if they rely on computers and not humans, they will also likely never get more than 10 to 20% of those ads.
Understood. Mr. Chairman, I've got one minor follow-up question. It should be easy to answer.
Go ahead.
So, well, Facebook may claim that it only targets ads based on age, gender, and location, even though these things seem to counteract that. But let's set that aside for a minute. And that they're not basing ads based on specific interest categories. Does Facebook still collect interest category data on teenagers, even if they aren't at that moment targeting ads at teens based on those interest categories?
I think it's very important to differentiate between what targeting are advertisers allowed to specify and what
Do you like the
targeting
crackdown
Facebook
thing
may
over
learn
there?
for
Look
an
at
ad.
that. Or-
Let's imagine you had
Is
some
this my
text on
left?
an
No,
ad.
that's my left.
It would likely
I get
extract out
confused.
features that it thought was
But,
relevant for that
look
ad.
over
For
there,
example,
man. Look- well,
in the case of something
specifically,
about partying,
look
it would learn
down
partying is a concept.
and to the
I'm
left.
very suspicious that personalized
Down
ads
and
are
to the
still
left.
not being delivered
Down and to the left there.
to teenagers on Instagram because the algorithms learn correlations. They learn interactions where your
I
party
know, I
ad may still
study
go to
AI,
kids
I'm a
interested in
programmer.
partying because Facebook is almost certainly has a ranking model in the background that it says this person wants more party-related content.
Interesting. Thank you. That's very helpful. And what that suggests to me is that while they're saying they're not targeting teens with those ads, the algorithm might do some of that work for them, which might explain why they collect the data even while claiming that they're not targeting those ads in that way.
I can't speak to whether or not that's the intention, but the reality is it's very, very, very difficult to understand these algorithms today. And over and over and over again, we saw these biases the algorithms unintentionally learn.
Very
And so,
difficult,
it's
despite
very
the
hard
fact
to
that you can buy like a
disentangle
book
out
on
these factors
Amazon
as long as you have
and you can
engagement
figure it
with
out
this
pretty
ranking.
quickly.
Thank you, Ms. Haugen.
Thank you very much, Senator Lee. Senator Markey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, very much.
We're writing a new title here. I've been dealing with it since I was 16. Now, what started up now? There's something weird on my YouTube feed. If I can do it, anyone can do it, man. It won't be as roughshod later once I get all the stuff I need prepared. But yeah, as you can see, this one's off screen, so we got another glitch. Great. Great job, Joe. Oh boy. And it's off timing, but oh well, you know, when you do a live show, you do a live show, man. So how it goes. So we're just gonna cut that off right now. What the hell is this? Is this still the same video, or is what are we looking at here? What are we looking at here? All right, let's see here. We got a bunch of people. They're doing stuff. Oh, it's C-SPAN. Oh, okay. This is a new video though, because we're done with it. All right. Well, that's all I want to talk about on that. So we're just gonna cut away from all that until further notice. You know, I mean, I just think it's a little weird that all this stuff's going on. You know, it's just so strange to me that we would have this whole like thing and all this. It's just bizarre to me. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think if you're gonna have something like that, you're gonna wanna. I don't know, like. You're gonna want to make it little, I don't know. It's just a very strange thing for me to see this. It's like, what are you talking about? I just don't understand. It's just like, I mean, I understand AI and they act like it's so difficult. It's matrix multiplication, and it does learn via correlations. That's correct. But like, you know, to me, it's just like really weird that they would do this because, like, I don't know. It's just strange that they would just try to say that. They're dodging, they're flim-flamming, you know? In other news, I guess Dog the Bounty Hunter may have actually gotten some leads on the Gabby Petito case. Doubtful, but I after watching his interview with Dr. Oz, which I don't keep up with Dr. Oz, so when the hell did he start doing, like, news? I thought he was a fellow Ohioan heart surgeon. That's what I thought. By the way, guys, there'll be a new thing that'll happen when I put up the other stuff. The I have a new idea here. So we can add certain things, and we can we can make a thing. I think it works this way. I don't know what actually works this way, but it might make it more convenient for me. So we're gonna try something new. In the foundation of a society's social cohesion, we've known that order is fragile since Herodotus, and this is starting to remind me. I love the play Antigone because Creon declares Antigone's brother traitor to Thebes, and it contradicts the feminist motifs that people like to project on it. And in the book that I have on political philosophy, it says that exact same thing. That it's not a feminist narrative of a man or a woman rebelling against the patriarchy. Um, it's not that. It's not like that. It's a completely different thing. It's about the state power versus family tradition. So you have Athens versus Jerusalem. Athens with its state glory and the King Creon declaring traitor to Thebes. She can't bury her brother, buries him, gets the death penalty, burned at the stake and all that. But she kills herself. She has the freedom to kill herself, which you would think that you wouldn't have that freedom back then. So anyway, we're adding our live news feed right now. No, we're not gonna do that by default. We're not gonna do that. We're going to. I think if I can drag that in there. Drag that in there. There we go. We got it. All right. So then I think if this goes, let's test this. Can we turn the live news feed on and off? Well, that's pointless. So why would I put it in a group if I have to turn each one on individually? The whole point of me putting it in a group was to if I lock it, does that mean it goes off and on? Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm trying to do. Live news. There we go. And then our caption will change down here. We got it. We're ready. We're evolving. The show's already evolving. It hasn't been that long. Anyway, guys, so we got a lot of stuff to cover. In the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to take maybe an intermission. Actually, we can't take an intermission because I'm an idiot. So, I guess I could just change one of the text thingies. I really need to make an intermission card. But, my broadcasting system is a broadcasting system, and yeah. So, headlines. We're just going to farm for some nice headlines, some juicy topics. U.S. and World News headlines by NPR. Totally unbiased NPR. I've been wondering about the Frazzle Drip conspiracy. I used to watch those things, look for shocking things and images. And, I would have thought that if it existed, it would be on the gore sites immediately. They would eat that shit up. So, it's unlikely that it actually exists, but a bunch of nutters on the internet think it does. I'm not going to claim it doesn't, because what if I'm wrong? Kind of like Pascal's wager. But, we got Carmen Mulla was popular Spanish novelist. 3 male writers made her up. Oh, so she's not real? Really? That's interesting. Hang on, let's get the live news feed back on. We need people to see this. This is an emergency. Apparently, a novelist has been fabricated. All right, look at this, guys. This is live news. Live news. Live news. Live news, man. Live news. By the way, we're gonna want to kind of move that up. I think just a little bit. No, I'm not selecting that. What are you talking about? Undo that. That's ridiculous. I didn't want to move that. Man, this thing's a little finicky. I swear to God, it's some funny stuff, man. No. You don't understand. I'm trying to select that. Or when they're grouped, you can't move them without moving. Interesting. I'm not sure how this really works. Discard. Okay. So I can move it, but it doesn't do anything or appear to on the screen. And live news is pretty low considering, how small that one thing is. Even if I shrink it or whatever. Well, that's certainly interesting. So if I do this, I can turn it off and on. You see? We can turn the line news off and on, but we can't really. Well, you know what? Screw it. We'll try. Can we select the other thing and move it down a bit, or do I have to move it out of the group? Should have probably done this stuff with an intervention or something. Nope, that just moves the background. Why would I want to move the background? Like, when on earth would I need to move my background? That's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard anyone say. Oh my god. It's like saying, oh, yeah. See, this I don't want to be visible and all that, but like, I don't see why they have to be like that. So I guess I gotta take it out of the group, make it invisible, and shift it and all that. We can do that. It's pretty easy. We just move it to, like, really anywhere. And, yeah, the news headlines are in the same place. We just move this up a little bit more towards, maybe about here, depending on how good my visual memory is at this point. Probably not good. Then it appears there, and then we just go like this. And a little bit close to intersecting down there. There we go. I like that. I like that a lot. Now. News headlines. So, since the caption changes, I guess I'll leave it out there. But I do want them grouped together because I just like that. I just like the idea of them being, grouped together. It's kind of cool. Live news. There's live news in a nice font. So we are going to put it back in the group, and then it'll work, and then hopefully we won't have any more tech issues because I'm just getting used to the platform and all that. But yeah. So we can turn off, on, off, on. Anyway, I think we're under fair use here, just using public stuff. There's been a lot of suppression of various informational videos that were from official sources. The suppression of official sources is very concerning by big tech organizations because the sole purpose of news show is to tell you that you should be skeptical, not scientific, because science, whether people want to admit it or not, it's a tool. It's an epistemological tool. I trust science. I don't trust people to implement it properly, just because they're not capable of it. The human race is subject to biases and flaws, and when I see what's in peer-reviewed journals, I'm inclined to think that they're not actually peer-reviewing things. You know what I mean? It just doesn't seem viable that they could be, because I see these things that are just totally ridiculous. We're slowly going on this path towards a very destructive narrative that's going to tear apart society. And I think people are waking up to it. At least I hope you guys are. And I hope I'm helping. I want to help. Sorry about the mistake with Hooters. I didn't know they were doing that. If you feel uncomfortable. So let me tell you a personal story. When I was acting in a play, a girl didn't want to say her lines. And because it was a young adult version of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. Hyde buys a prostitute. I was Jekyll in one scene. My friend played Jekyll through the rest. And I also played the light boy, which was kind of awkward because I had to kind of hide and do the voice of the light boy. Light your way, sir. I'll light your way, you little devil. Light your way to hell. Now, piss off. It wasn't quite like that, but you get the idea. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde kind of stuff. I mean, really, it's kind of a cool idea. At least that's what I think. But yeah, I mean, the thing about it is, you got to remember. I mean, these kind of things. It's like I when I was in that place, she wasn't comfortable saying the lines, and I tried to persuade her, but she didn't want to do it. She didn't feel comfortable saying the line. It was when he was done with me, because she was apparently she was comfortable with the idea of the madam handing her off to me and me taking her into some dark, scary place. But when it came to having to interview the detective, she didn't want to say when he was done with me. That was the line. And I didn't think it was a big deal, but I wasn't gonna. I tried to convince her. She didn't want to do it. So be it. If you're not comfortable, you're not comfortable. I respect women. I'm just saying that was a play. It wasn't a job based entirely on sex appeal, and I'm not for. And I don't know if I don't yet know how I feel about industrial democracy, where workers make decisions in the company. I'm not sure. I'd have to think about it ethically, and I haven't really formed an opinion. So, Sierra, if you're watching this, don't get mad at me, or if you do, well, please try to be civil. I'm just trying to inform people. I'm just saying there's a naked lady at BLM, and she was naked, and I think that was a BLM rally. I'm not sure. That was a protest. But a naked person at a protest, how's that going to help? Unless we accept the premise that the female body is somehow a sign of anti oppression, in which case it would be good for the Hooters girls to expose more of it. So if we accept one premise of the ideology, then we have to accept the other. Now, if you're not comfortable wearing something, that's fine, but the company does, in fact, have the legal right, I believe, to fire you. I think they actually do. But because they were worried about backlash is why they probably did it. I'm not sure. I'm not into the legal field. I have to study more law, but I think they do have a right to fire you. I'm pretty sure because if you don't wear the uniform, they can at least write you up. And but due to internet backlash, which I also think is a bit of a problem because this is more reasonable than other internet backlash, but it's destroyed a lot of people's lives, man, and that's not cool. So be nice. Sorry for the mistake. I only saw the old uniform. I was like, what are they complaining about? My girl would wear that outside. Then I saw the new one. I was like, okay, I kind of see what you're saying. I just want to issue a retraction, update you on some stuff that's going on. Let's get back to where we were actually on this whole Biden thing. You know what I mean? Like, I think that might be a good idea. So it looks like. Let's see here what's going on. It would appear that there's a somewhat or not Biden thing. There's they fabricated a female writer, and I guess this is this coming at it from a feminist angle or what? We're about to find out. Sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. It certainly was when in Spain last week. So, during an event to award the country's prestigious. I don't want to play live radio. I guess I could, but I mean, I don't want to. Is there like a cancel button here? Alright, screw it. What's the live radio got on it? Is it the article? I don't want this. Just go away. Oh my god, now I can't read half the article. Alright, we gotta refresh the page now. Great, thanks a lot. No, I don't want to listen to your stupid shit. Anyway, so what's the point? So Antonio, all these people, so I can actually read their names. Antonio Mercero, I took 3 years of Spanish. Agustin Martinez and Jorge Diaz not only created a series of highly successful novels in Mora's name, so Mora's the name of the author. Carmen Mola, Mola. I'm sorry, not Mora. Wait, no, it says wait, hang on, novelist. So wait, during an event to award the country's prestigious Planeta Literary Prize. The fame, I don't know if that's actually pronounced that way, the reclusive crime novelist Carmen Mola, it does say Mola right there, was actually revealed to be the creation of the three male writers. Then it says Mora right here. It does say Mora. Look at that. It says Mora. Man, they're getting unprofessional. They're just pumping Mola again here. So typo. We found. Oh my God. All right, well that's enough of that for today. We can go back. Let's go get some more headlines. See what else NPR has to say. What else? So that's their big story. Sinclair Broadcasting Group says it suffered. Oh wait. I have another one for you. So we're about to go to something else. So we have Dog the Bounty Hunter here. We have a Dog the Bounty Hunter clip. We're gonna unexpose the other bits. We're gonna turn this off for a second while we pull this up. So just hang tight. We'll get it. And it's Dog the Bounty Hunter talking to Dr. Oz, and it kind of made me doubt whether he was really not genuine. It's kind of weird. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of weird how you can see that I'm live now if you were paying attention. Let's see here. Oh yeah, history's over here. So you got to go to fuck. That's the button you have to press. No. All right, so we got history. So we're gonna go to I'm gonna go to Dog the Bounty Hunter. I'll just say Dog. Alright, now do we have Dr. Oz? Yep, Dr. Oz. Alright, so here's this video. Alright, now we got the Petito case. It's about the Gabby Petito case and all of that. So let's launch and see what you think, guys. We're about to open it up here. We'll see if it displays right. And there we go. Live news. I should add another thing down there because it's really weird to see it just with nothing in the bottom. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, I should probably go Alt-Tab over real quick and to make it full screen. I thought I already did that, though, but I guess...
A hunt for fugitive Brian Laundrie. It has been 18 days since the fiancée of homicide victim Gabby Petito was officially reported missing. And Dog the Bounty Hunter is here with the latest on his tireless search.
He is here.
First, while Brian
he's going to kill us all. No, he's actually looking for Brian Laundrie, apparently.
Person of interest
so
in Gabby's
we'll see if that actually pans out.
Have released new body cam footage from the aftermath of an alleged physical altercation that occurred between Brian and Gabby in Utah just weeks before she was killed. It is so difficult to watch Gabby describe the way she says Brian grabbed her face. Now, I'm sure authorities have a lot of follow-up questions about what happened in this incident and about what may have led to Gabby's death, which is why Brian Laundrie is the subject of this massive manhunt right now. Now, in addition to the FBI, Dog the Bounty Hunter has been attempting to track Brian down. He joins us now. So, Dog, your hunt is bringing a lot of attention to this case. Pete Davidson actually played you on Saturday Night Live's season premiere over the weekend. A plane flew over your search in Florida with the banner "Aloha, Brian Laundrie" from Dog, which again, I know that you said it's not from you, but when you saw that, what did you think? And what is the latest on your hunt?
Well,
and you think he saw it?
Well, I saw the banner flying over, and it excited me. And I do hope he saw it. I'm sure if he didn't see it, he's heard about it. So
yep, he's definitely heard about it, guys.
The weekend we found
I'm not sure about that. I mean, I would think if he was hiding from a murder case. Let's stop right there, people. Let's just stop right there. Let us stop right there. See, the thing about this is if he really stopped, I would think he would hide in a better location. I would think he would hide somewhere where they're not going to catch him. You might see a plane flying over there. They found a camp. You'll see it later in the video. They found a camp in Florida, I guess, and they suspect it. Who really knows? His daughter says it's a publicity stunt, but I was watching this video, and he doesn't treat people very nicely. He acts like our prison system is the best place for people. But yeah, he claims to have leads. I don't know where that's gonna go. We have this whole thing.
The FBI. And we're now working in, you can't say, Dr. Oz, in conjunction with, but we
can't.
are,
Because,
how do I say it politely?
That would be wrong.
For the FBI, we're sharing different leads now with the FBI and the local authorities. So we felt very positive about this, again, makeshift camp. And
man, this live news thing
What I'd like to
really
give credit to is the volunteers, Dr. Oz. We've got a lot of ex-military, ex-FBI, now search dogs that are incredible. And we've got maybe 10 or 12 volunteers. We've got 3 boats. We got an airboat. There's just people coming out from everywhere offering their assistance. So in this area right now, absolutely the hunt is still continuing.
Oh, I see.
And the reason, I don't mean to talk more than you do, because, but the reason that we keep continuing is the leads we're getting from this area. And like you said, we found out that the mom and dad did see him and took him to a specific campground. And then the sister was on, I guess, Good Morning America. Oh, I haven't seen him since he got back. Oh, yes, you have. She was down there also with the whole family. So
we can see Dog talking here.
This, it would be
very
a
interesting
affair.
So he's got leads.
Someone in that family may not know exactly where he's standing, or I don't know right where he is right now. No, but you know the vicinity he is in on.
You know, much of the search for Brian is focused on Florida, and you're pursuing it there. But
they're going to talk about the Appalachian Mountains next. I wonder if he's hiding in the Appalachian Mountains. Dude, they're never going to find him a family there.
Says he's positive.
See, kids, let me tell you a story. One time my dad, he's Arab. He said, I could take him to Jordan, you'd never be able to find me. My grandma said, hey, I could take him down to Appalachia, and you never know where he is. And Appalachia's hard to find people. You say you killed someone, you go to a family, they hide you. They hide you. They hide you. They'll shoot you. I don't care what team goes in, you're not finding them. They're very dedicated. Anyway, I'm going to end this off, guys. I'm sorry to end it off so early. I'm glad I made that retraction because I didn't see their initial outfits and whatnot. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And peace, guys. Great having you here, man. Hopefully, news show takes off. I'm trying to work with the software and everything. Trying to get good production value. It's not the greatest, but it's getting better. Anyway, guys, love ya. Thanks. Let's do a nice puff for the crowd. Yeah, that was my puff. You see that puff? That was a real man.